This is section 1.6, Solving Inequalities, Day 1. So just as a review, an inequality is where we have those greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So key phrases to look for the first one, this is read less than. So key phrases that you might hear in a word problem or a sentence are is less than or is fewer than. The next one is our greater than symbol. So you might hear is greater than or is more than. Our next one is less than or equal to. Some other phrases are is at most or is no more than. And the last one is greater than or equal to. Other phrases are is at least or is no less than. So those phrases are going to help you when translating from an English sentence to a math sentence. So write each sentence as an inequality. So a number W minus 3.5 is less than or equal to negative 2. So let's try to write that using math. So we have a number W minus 3.5 is less than or equal to negative 2. Okay, that one was pretty straightforward. Look at the next one. 3 is less than a number n plus 5. So 3 is less than a number n plus 5. Okay? Another pretty straightforward one. And the third one, 0 is greater than or equal to twice the number x plus 1. So 0 is greater than or equal to twice a number x, so 2x plus 1. So solving inequalities with addition and subtraction, it works exactly the same as it did when we had an equal sign, except now we're going to add the step of graphing your answer. So looking at the first one, we have x minus 6 is greater than or equal to negative 10. Let's just pretend that we have an equal sign instead of the greater than or equal to. Works the same way. I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So now x is greater than or equal to negative 4. So that's our inequality answer. Now let's look at what that would look like on a graph. So here's my graph, and here's negative 4 on a number line. So we're just putting it on a number line is all we're doing. First thing we have to determine is whether we're going to use an open circle or a closed circle. And the way we determine that is if it has an equal to or not. So this one does have that equal to at the bottom. So we're going to make this a closed circle. Okay, so it's a closed circle at negative 4. And then we're going to pick a number. So you pick a number on either side. So it could be negative 5 or it could be negative 3. Okay, so let's try negative 5. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it back into here and see if it works. So negative 5 is greater than or equal to negative 4. Now that is incorrect, so I want my arrow to point away from negative 5 because negative 5 does not work. Let's double check by using that negative 3. So if I plug in negative 3 for x, negative 3 is greater than or equal to negative 4. That is true, so we want the arrow pointing toward negative 3. So what we're saying here is that any number to the right of negative 4 on this number line, including negative 4, are solutions to the inequality. Okay, let's try that again. So we have y plus 8 is less than or equal to 5. Getting y by itself, I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides and get y is less than or equal to negative 3. Draw your number line and put down -3. Since we have that equal to, it's going to be a closed circle. And let's pick a number and see if it works. So I'm going to pick -4, because I know -4 is right here. -4 is less than or equal to -3. Well, that's true. -4 is less than -3, so I'm going to point toward -4. And that's how graphing works. The only twist we're going to throw in here today is with multiplication and division. It's almost exactly the same as an equation. The only rule is that when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip the inequality. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So we have -24x, or -24 is greater than or equal to 3x. To get x by itself, we're going to divide by 3, divide by 3, and we get -8 and x. But the key is, did we divide by a negative? In this case, we divided by a +3, so our sign is going to stay facing the same direction. And then to graph it, we're going to take the number line, put down -8, and I'm going to pick a number. Let's pick -9, which I know is right here. Let's put it in for x. So -8 is greater than or equal to -9. That is true. Okay, so I know my arrow is going to point toward -9, but the thing I forgot is open or closed. Since we have the equal to, this one is a closed circle. Go in that direction. All right, let's look at another one. So we have p over -4 is less than 7. So to get p by itself, I'm going to multiply both sides by -4. So I get p and -28. Since I multiplied by a negative number here, I'm going to take the inequality and now I'm going to make it face the other direction. It's going to point in the other direction. So what this actually says is p is greater than -28. So let's graph it, draw my number line, put down -28, and let's pick a number. 0 is a pretty awesome number, so I like 0. Is 0 greater than -28? Yes, it is, so we know it's going to point towards 0. And since we don't have an equal to, it's not greater than or equal to, it's just greater than, we're going to have an open circle and then pointing towards 0. If you want to double check with negatives, just because that is kind of a good thing to do because those can get a little confusing, go ahead and take your number that you're plugging in and go back to the original. Okay, the original will always tell you for sure. So let's try it.